and pressed the wrong button. I went and killed my live stream and right, so I thought I'd better come back and do you an update. Was right, so what I came up with is I made this new hub to go on the rotor, which I broke, and it's got a concave on the inside. That's to avoid interference with any irregularities in the surface, to prevent it from being out of kilter. Anyway, I just printed that, and I also concaved the outside top edge. There's a bit of a slope down there, so and I decided I'll just use ABS plastic. I just stuck it on because it gives you a few minutes before it dries, and I stuck it in. There it is, the new hub. Yeah, and I think it's done. Let me just see if I can get the camera onto the stand a minute so that we can test it, the alignment on it. Get the camera straight. Right, let's see. Oh, stay, for God's sake, camera, stay. Right, so we should be lined up with that. Now, I'll have to make slight adjustments because it's still, I've only just put it on and it's still not dry, so I'm hoping that it's straight still since I pulled it off. Let's check it. Oh, look at that. That's not bad. Not bad at all. It wants a slight push back on that edge, so I'm just going to give it a bit of a nudge because the plastic is the ABS slurry, which is out my syringe, is a little bit elastic while it's still not hard, so it makes it possible to, by moving it slightly, it squeezes the plastic from one area to another, and you can get a little bit of a adjustment out of it. Obviously, there we go, right, so that's much better. So what I do now, pull it off by twisting that. Right, now I'm going to squirt acetone on there to really make it stick really solid now, so that it becomes permanent because it's lined up. So I'm just going to squirt some acetone. I'll do it. I don't want to get on the camera, so I'm just going to squirt around the inside. It means I've got to leave it a while to dry again. Right, I've squirted some acetone in there. That will bond it permanently, so I've got to leave it flat on a flat surface for a little while. I'll get the camera in a minute. The next time I put this other drive shaft in, the one that broke it, I'm going to do that while it's still soft, because what I'm thinking is that I need to bring the camera over here again. What I'm thinking is while it's soft, it makes sure that I'm not going to break it again. So it's all shined up now. Let's just tilt the camera forward, have a look. It's all shined up now. I'm just blowing on it to dry a bit quicker, and get my clean end of the dry shaft now. Let's see if this goes on alright. I'm not going to force it like last time because I don't want the same thing to happen again. This shaft must be slightly bigger, or it's got nailed up somehow. I don't know if it's nailed up on the end. It shouldn't be. I don't know where my fine emery's gone. I can't find it. Fine emery. Oh, I must have moved it somewhere. I'll just use this bloody sandpaper. I just want to get the edge. There is a bit of a burr on the edge. That could be what's causing that problem. It's sagging again. Camera. Right, let's just... Oh, come on, camera. Don't do this to me. I'm not worried about the stress marks, I was saying before, those, because it's reinforced with that new hub now as well, so... I'm just turning this slowly because I've got to try to get this in there, because I want, this is the shaft that's got to be on it. Actually, before I do that, let me just make sure I haven't moved it or anything. Just put it back on this other thing a minute. This other shaft is definitely smaller. Right. This shaft is tighter for some reason. Let's get my calipers on it. Let's just measure it. Calipers say 5.96, which is reasonable for a 6mm drive. Oh, it wants resetting. 0 that. Right. 6mm. It's 5.98. Well, it says 6mm. What's the other one? About the same. What the hell? That shaft as in my generator is exactly the same as this one. So why is this one so frigging tight? It doesn't add up. I can get the other one on. Ah, there we go. Got it now. Right. It looks straight. Oops. I need to get this shaft all the way in. Right, there we go. It's gone in now. There. Finally. It was just the end that was a bit awkward. Right, great. So I want to get this. I want to throw it up in the assembly because I've got the legs to go on here now. So what I'm gonna do is oh, I haven't got washers actually. I do have a washer on here, which it's probably going to be too big. Let's see, I'll put that one washer. Actually, I have got some of these washers somewhere, and they're perfect for this. If I can find the others, they're in a bag. I've only got one here that came off that other one. I'm going to have a look around for them, because I actually put spacers on the other. Ah, here we go. I've got some plastic spacers, 3D printed spacers, so I can cut them with a knife. Cool. Right, so let me just stand this up a minute in the other bearing. It won't go in there either. There's crap all over the end of it. There's no wonder I'm having problems. Right, I don't want to get any acetone on the drum now, because now we've finally got that sorted out. I don't want to mess it up anymore. So just had a bit of a mishap earlier when I broke the hub off and I had to 3D print a new hub. I'm just going to acetone that crap off this shaft. It's probably super glue, that's why it's not coming off so easy. It's definitely true. Right, I've got that cleaned up. yeah, the bearing goes on perfect. Oh, why is it tight? Oh, it's okay. It'll ease off. It's, yeah, it'll ease off. It's a bit tight, but ooh, it goes on. Right. Actually, it's probably good that it's tight because it means that it's not going to slide around, and I can do it. I don't have to put the spacers on straight away. Okay, so I'll get this on because I wanted to do the assembly earlier, and I broke the hub. This is really tight on here. This bearing is tight. I don't want to break these as well. That would be a bit of bad luck to do 2 breaks in one day. It's because I was pushing it too hard earlier. I don't know why. This bearing is really tight as well. Oh, actually, I remember now. When I pulled it off the other thing in my jig, I'm just going to put my fingers on the back and pull it because it's. Oh, Jesus! This bearing's stuck now. I'm just going to squirt some alcohol on it. Just alcohol, it won't melt anything. Just try and get this to come off. Ah, damn it. You know what? It's not my day. It's not my day. I'm going to have to take the drum off. I'll take this washer off. Because I don't want to wreck this hub again. Right, at least it comes off. Get that off. I'm just going to go over here and make sure it's still trued up because I've been messing with it because it's still dry, you see. Yeah, that's good. Good, good, good. Right, so what the heck? Why's this bearing been so bloody awkward? Huh. Alright, I'm going to freeze the drive shaft to shrink it because I've got it jammed now and I can't get it off. Squirt a bit of lighter fuel at this drive shaft, will freeze it and then make it. Come on, stem. Right. Right. Cold it should be. Now I should better get it off now, it's frozen now. Come on, you bugger. Ah, there we go. See, it worked. I froze it and it came off. Okay. Metal is such a pain sometimes. I'm going to find that emery paper. There it is. That's pretty coarse actually. That's pretty. I think that's P240. That's too coarse. I've got the thin stuff, which is 400, I think. I'm sick of this problem with this damn drive shaft. It's been nothing but trouble. So we're going to sandpaper it, emery paper it with very fine grade. Because there's obviously blemishes in it somewhere that probably wouldn't have had pliers on it, which is stopping me from getting the bearings on and off properly. Right, let's try that. That feels good. Let's make sure this works now. That end's better than the other end. There we go. Perfect. Let's try the other bearing. Yeah, and it's tight, so it's not gonna slide around. Good. This end is a problem. This other end is a problem, so I'm going to emery paper the other end. see if this one goes on now. It's still tight on that end for some reason. Let's just wipe it with a tissue in case you've got grit. That is so tight on that end. Oh God. I'll probably have the pliers on it. The way to do it is to turn it rather than a bit, mostly turn it, because then you get it perfectly round. It doesn't knock it out of shape. But you can stroke it a bit as long as you're turning it at the same time. Otherwise you don't want a flat spot, that would be really bad. Let's try that end now. There we go, got it. Okay, so I'm not going to get any more snag ups, whatever. I'll put this on here and it goes on easier. Great. Right, so I need to get the I think these will be done. I've been acetone vapour in them. I think they'll be good enough. I'll get them out of the container. They haven't been in for a full hour, but yeah, I think the tissue on the top of the drum is dry, so no point leaving them in any longer because there's no acetone left in the container. So I'm just going to get them all out. They're all stuck to this disc. Then I'm going to an extra what's the time I say? 15 minutes to go. Well, another 15 minutes won't do any good because all the acetone's gone out of that tissue paper. It's all in the plastic now. So I was just shining them up a bit. Got to get them off this disc. Oh yeah, there we go. One. They're not too sticky either, which is a good thing. Yeah, that one's stuck on pretty good. That one come off. I've got to get all these legs off because I want to put them. It's what holds everything together. Damn it, that one won't come off. I need my knife. They usually do when they dry a bit, but just get between there and there. Got you. Oh, that one nearly escaped. Oops, drop the damn thing now. The reason why I put it on a disc, on an old hard disk platter, is because if these things get stuck to the bottom of the drum, they're a real pain to get out. So I'd rather them stick to that disc which comes out with them all attached. Right, so I've got my legs ready to go on. So let's put the bearings on, because it doesn't slide around. Makes life a lot easier. Right. Oh, that one's sliding too easy at that end. Huh, that's weird. What is it? Because of... That's strange. Let's put it on the other end. 1 minute it's too friggin' tight, next minute it's too friggin' loose. I don't get it. Right. As I said, these will need spacers between the drum and the bearings at some point. But I'm trying to avoid doing that at the moment because I just want to tune this all up, get it all lined up. Let's put these legs on. which holds everything together. It also spaces the top and the bottom bracket out. This drum doesn't have any magnets in it yet, by the way, so I left the magnets out on purpose because it enables me to check the balance. Once you've got magnets in, this thing doesn't rotate easily, and then trying to balance it with magnets in is really a pain. You can't do it really. It's a bit tight. I need to put one opposite. So put one. Oops! Nearly dropped the damn thing. Yeah, you know what? It's because this is swollen up a bit. That's why it's so tight. Right. There we go. Got that one. So if I do the opposite ends, then I can put the pressure will be even all the way through. So I'll have trouble getting them off because these are still a bit sticky. So, but it's all right. I did it last time when he was still a bit soft and came off. Oops. Yeah, we're getting there. Just 2 more to do. Stay on. I'm trying to get it started. I don't want to break the legs off because, mind you, they're still soft. So, right, get this one on and squeeze together. That's it. Okay. All 6 on now. I can check the balance. Oh, it is wants to move it up a bit because it's rubbing on the bottom now. So let's just move that up a bit. There we go. I like that because I've got no spacers. Oh, look how true that is. Oops, it just fell down then. It just fell down when I spun it. There's a bit of wobble. Let me just sort that out. It's still drying. That's why I had to get it in here so I could balance it out. It wants pulling a bit because, as I said, that hub is still dry. It's still drying, so I can adjust it while it's drying. These bearings are a lot better than the other ones. The ones in the other one. Look how true that is as well. It hasn't got eccentric wobble. It hasn't got that. Well, maybe a touch, but I'm not surprised after replacing the hub. It just, yeah, I'm still sorting that out. Just adjusting the. At least it's not rubbing. So we've got rid of the rubbing problem where the inside, this hub here was rubbing on the inside. You can see there's a much bigger gap there now. Oh, let me get my torch. You can see I've got a much better clearance all the way around there. You can see almost there's a millimetre gap, which I was talking about. So we don't have that problem anymore. As I say, I will have to put spacers between the bearings and the inside of the hub to prevent this from sliding and these legs catching on the drum as it spins. So at the moment I'm relying on the friction of the bearings on this shaft and the friction of the shaft on this rotor to prevent it from sliding around, but just by pushing it I can push the whole rotor drum up and down, which is kind of useful at the moment because it means I can centre it. So it gives me that ability to centre it as long as I've got friction. The other thing I can do is glue the shaft onto the drum, but I really don't want to do that because you look what happened last time when I broke the hub. But look how much truer that is. That's much better. We will get some little dips on it because, as I said, my 3D printer has got a little problem with it somehow. I don't understand exactly what the problem is, but oh, I see what it's doing it every third anyway, so that's fine. There's a little dip every third, which is good because it means it's equal and it means it'll be balanced. Let's just see if this settles in any. No, it just stops. When it stops, it stops. So that's really good balance, that is. Yeah, can't be bad. Right, so what I want to do is I want to spin this up with my mini drill because we've got no magnets in it, don't forget, so we can't actually do anything with it yet as far as power. But what I want to do is check the how well the balance is on it. What I can do though is I can put these plastic on each end, and then I can put these pulleys on which will stop this from sliding through. Will also keep it centered. I'll get hiccups now. So I'm going to use my knife to cut a piece of this off, which is what I 3D printed ages ago. I like it because it just cuts clean really. And now I've got more drive shaft to work with. It's really nice to. I'm going to leave quite a bit sticking out. I need to lock my knife. Oops. So you cut a piece off and it flies across the room. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick this spacer on the outside on here. Just a minute. I don't want to put any force against this thing because it'll knock it out of centre. I'm going to put this on here. Get on your bugger. Now that I'm having trouble with this plastic now. Best thing to do with the plastic when it's being awkward is give it a bit of acetone. Right, I'm just going to put a bit of acetone in here. That'll make it slide on. I'll have plastic all over my drive shaft again, but I'm not worried. It's just plastic, it'll scrape off my fingernail. Now I can push that up against the bearing like that. Put my pulley on. The pulley right up against that piece of plastic will stop everything sliding around. Every bit I add on adds a bit more friction to it. God, that hole isn't. It's got some crap in it. I need to get that out. Right, I couldn't get the shaft on then. Actually, I'm gonna. Yeah, some of the fibres are coming out on this. So what I'm going to do is going to give that the acetone treatment as well, because what's happening is the pulley is disintegrating. This so I'll stick all the fibres back together. I guess that means I've been live for over 15 minutes. Right, so that should. Oh, it's still not right. That should do it. got it on my fingers and now it's sticky. Right, that should go on now. Easy. Right. Push that right up against my spacer like that. No, that's my drive. That's my drive pulley now. But driving it with a motor. And I want to put this on the other side for the my speedometer, well, my RPM meter. So I'm gonna stand this pulley a long way off that bearing, so I'm gonna leave that as long as that. I just want to trim this a bit, check one layer off it, and that is dead straight now because I've just taken a layer off the spacer thingy. Stick this on the other side. It's nice to have a lot of drive shaft. Right, now I'll put my RPM magnet thingy-majig on this end. I'm going to be a little bit delicate with this so I don't knock everything out of alignment. Right, there we go, look at that. That's a lot better. I have got a bit of wobble, but that's because I'm still waiting for that plastic to dry. Just give it a push to reshape that thing. The more it dries, the less I can do that. As long as I can keep it in alignment, it should be fine. Let's check that. I want to check the balance now. Let's get the drill on this. Let's see what this does. See if it vibrates off the table. It probably won't now. Oh dear me. I've had no energy today really. Right. I don't want to go too fast, so remember I'm still waiting for the hub to dry, so I can't go full speed with this. This is just to check balance. That is really good. I'm feeling it, I'm lifting it with my hand to feel the vibration, and it is very well balanced. Really well. Let's just get it going a bit faster. Ooh, yeah. I like that. The bearings are making a bit of noise. That's really sweet. I mean, it sounds like it's got a sweet sound. It doesn't sound rough and bumpy and clanky. So that's good. And obviously I'll be wanting to install the magnets and my coil. The coil comes last. I just want to get the magnets and install. But you know, to be honest with you, I'm going to leave this till tomorrow because as I say, that hub isn't dry. These pulleys that I've stuck them on just acetone, and they're going to slip and skid until they dry out. They'll shrink a bit and tighten up, you see. So I need to leave this till tomorrow. But that is really quiet. No rubbing. The drive shaft's got a slight bend in it, but that's only on the end. I remember this drive shaft wasn't perfect on that other thing I had it in. There is a slight wobble on it, but that's probably that's shrinkage on the drum. But it's in line, it's definitely in line. So if you look at the end, and we turn it, that's pretty good. And it's in balance, which is the main thing. I'll show you the difference, obviously. If I get the other one, right, the one that we had all the problems with, the balance issues, I'll put that one there. Now look at the difference between that one and this one. This one is the one we had all the balance problems with. Now watch this one. You can see how badly that one wobbles. And I had a lot of problems getting it. And look at the actual circumference. See what I mean? The circumference, it going up and down, up and down. Right, look at that, look how bad that is. That is because the printer wasn't doing a perfectly round job of it, and because I printed it all in 3/4 sections, I managed to correct that little problem that I had. So that's really bad that way, and it's wobbly that way as well. And this one, the new one, which is we're going to be using, is brilliant compared to that other one. And we're going to be able to do RPM. Oh yeah, I have to model a motor mount to fit on the side of this for the pulley drive. Or I can just stick the motor on I could just stick the motor with a magnet to a clip like this. I could just stick it onto a clip and run the belt to it. I could do it that way for now. So we could have it at the side, but I prefer to 3D print a motor mount which fits on the side of these brackets and stands back, holds the motor in place with the drive belt. That'll be a lot better, because then I can move the whole thing with the motor on it around, and I'm not going to have issues with the belt keep coming off if it's not lined up properly. So yeah, well actually that's holding that in the middle pretty well, so it gives me the ability to adjust the gap at the top versus the bottom, because this shaft does want to be, this drum has moved a bit actually. Yeah, if I can move the drum up and down, look, I can move the drum back, forward, relative to the chassis. If you look, I can move it back and forward to give me some clearance if it's rubbing on, if it actually ends up rubbing on this coil on the top or the bottom. It gives that and give it some clearance, and the coil's going to sit in there like this. I've got to take two of these brackets off to fit this in actually, because this sits further in than that. Because these tuck behind the brackets, and it's hard to do that. I've got to take these off first and then fit that in, and then put the brackets behind the coils, because the brackets actually hold everything in. I don't know if I can do that now, just to check it. These are still drying as well, so they might be a bit awkward to get off. I don't want to break anything. Let me try and get the top ones off. Actually, which is the top now? I don't know. There isn't a top and a bottom now, is there really? It's a bit tight. I'll try not to break it. I'll wiggle it a bit like I usually do. Oh, I'll just press against that drum. That's the easiest way. Imagine the hub's going to get strained if I do that. Yeah, I don't want to do that. So what I normally do, I normally squeeze my fingers between this leg and pinch my fingers against the drum to get these off, and I'm worried that the drum isn't hard enough and I might go and mess the alignment up. I'm going to leave it till tomorrow. I don't want any more mishaps. I might have already moved it actually just a little bit by pinching on it a bit. Maybe not. Right. I'm just going to spin it up a bit more. Make sure it's still in balance. Yeah, sounds in balance to me. It's much better. Yeah, so that's it for now. I'm not going to push my luck with it because I want this to dry overnight while I'm asleep. Actually, I can't really go to bed yet because I've got someone coming today. I've just remembered, but damn it. But I still can't really do anything with this until it's dried out. And yeah, I'm just going to have to chill out and watch some videos or something. That runs really, really good. There's a touch of shrinkage and wobble on there. It's nothing. You see, that's when you acetone treat stuff, you do get some slight distortion, unless you dry it out really slowly by keeping it in a container that allows it to dry very slowly. Because it's a lot better than it was anyway. I'm not complaining. As long as it's in balance, it's fine. Yeah. That's it for now.